everybody, welcome back. I told you guys in my last video that the most frugal way to have Thanksgiving dinner is by having a potluck with your neighbors, your friends, or your family, or your co-workers, or just anybody, if it's possible for you to do that. And I remember a couple years ago, I posted some potluck Thanksgiving recipes, and I decided to take a couple of videos and put them together because it's been a couple years since I posted those. They've been long and forgotten. We have 3 side dishes that are savory and 3 no-bake desserts. So let's get started on an oldie but a goodie, and we're reviving a few old videos compiled together. So today's sponsor is Ayuga, and my favorite leggings are on sale for Black Friday, the Ayuga leggings. Ayuga is a sports brand focused on comfort, committed to providing yoga enthusiasts with the ultimate comfort experience with high-value products and services. Ayuga has Butter Lab and Heat Lab fabrics, specifically developed for Ayuga's comfort experience. They are the trusted choice of over 5 million users. They have over 80,000 positive user interactions and feedback. They're also recommended by multiple authoritative media outlets such as Yahoo, People, InStyle. Oh, let's go try these on. I'm so excited. Oh yeah, we have some flare yoga pants. Smooth like butter, yeah, criminal under. Sorry, but these are like butter. Ooh, yes. I love them. A girl can never have too many black pants. These are fleece lined. They're fleece lined, they're warm. They have pockets. Soft, comfy, fleece, warm. 10 out of 10. They have pockets. Fleece. I'm feeling it. An entire outfit, top, bottom. I have a place for my hands. Just like the rest, smooth like butter, so comfortable and soft. Your go-to leggings just dropped the hottest Black Friday deal. Second, 50% off, and the third free. Use my code MAMA25. You can get 25% more off. That means you can get these leggings at least 50% off. One pair of leggings only costing you $16. Let's get started on the cooking, y'all. Chopping up the squash. Okay, these seeds are a little bigger than I like. So when they're this big, I don't like to keep the seeds in the squash because it makes the dish kind of slimy. So I cut most of the seed out. You don't have to do this if the texture of those seeds doesn't bother you. Just keep them in. But for me, I just don't like that slimy texture, and I noticed Kylan and Ryder and Braden doesn't care if there's seeds in it. But Kylan and Ryder and Dusty like it better when it has a not slimy texture. So I just like to cut those out. And just dice them up however you want. And don't worry, the seeds aren't going to waste. I'm going to feed them to my chickens. We have all the squash chopped, and my chickens have a good little tree over here too, so that's a good thing. To get these out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and throw them in that skillet with 3 tablespoons of butter. I'm not going to start cooking them yet. I'm just going to throw them in that skillet because I need the cutting board. I'm going to slice up some onion. You can cut the onion however you like, if you want it fine. But I think for squash casserole, cutting them up like this, it makes it taste good. You get more flavorful onions. And the boys can pick them out easy if they don't like the onions. Just leave it that way. Toss the onions in there. I'm going to start sauteing these up just a little bit. I'm going to put about 3 pinches of salt. This is all the salt I'm putting in it. I'm going to put a big hefty pinch of pepper. I'll put 2 pinches of pepper. Okay. Melt that butter. For seasonings, I'm using garlic powder, not measuring nothing, just stopping when I feel right. A little bit of onion powder, and just a little bit of paprika. Starting to look pretty good. I want for them to get a little bit more color to them though. They're starting to have a little bit more color. Starting to get a little crust on the bottom of the pan. That's flavor, baby. Flavor. So what I'm going to do now at this point, I'm going to turn off the heat and I'm going to let this rest. And then I'm going to mix up the creamy mixture that we're going to add into this. I just don't want the skillet to be popping hot when I put that in there. So, for the mixture we're going to do, I'm going to eyeball a 1/3 cup of sour cream. This jar of mayonnaise is about gone, so they're going to be mixed together, so I'm just going to use that anyways. I'm going to do a 1/2 cup of mayo. Hopefully, I won't have to open another jar. I don't think I will. We're going to add that 1 egg. About 1.5 cups of cheddar cheese. Mix this up. There she is. butter. I'm kidding. I'm sorry, I'm lame. I know. But what we're going to do is take a half a stick of butter and go ahead and melt this, because we're going to need this in just a moment. It's cooled down just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and add that mixture we just made. Okay, let's stir this up. Mix it up real good. Flatten it out. Now you're going to take your Ritz or your Ritz like crackers and crumble over top just like this. Now you're going to take that melted butter and drizzle over top of the Ritz crackers. Now we bake this beauty on 375 for 30 minutes, y'all. It's done and she's looking beautiful. Let's go ahead and cut into this baby. Yes, please. I've already washed my bell pepper, but you're going to need a green bell pepper. I think the green ones are best in this, but you can use the sweet if that's what you prefer. And there's no measurement for how many green peppers you use. Just use how many that you want in there. That's what you do. I'm just going to use half of a green bell pepper for this. Just going to start dicing it up. But, you know, if you like a lot of bell pepper, you could even put 2 whole ones in here if you wanted to. This salad is customizable to your liking. And I like them in tiny little pieces. Okay. Green bell pepper is chopped. I'm going to throw this into a bowl. Next, you're going to need an onion. Same as the bell pepper. You use however much onion you want. I'm just going to use a half. And red onion is best in this, but I don't have it. But this yellow onion, it'll do. I like to chop these up pretty fine too, as fine as I can get them myself with a knife. Okay, going to throw these into that bowl as well. And there's our diced bell pepper and onion. You're going to take 2 cans of drained corn and throw in there. Next, a handful of shredded cheddar cheese. And I'm going to eyeball around a cup of mayo. If you don't want it too mayo-y, you can do half mayo, half sour cream. But we like the mayo flavor in it. For the basic recipe, you're just going to mix this up and put it aside until you're ready to sprinkle in your corn chips. But we did this in an experiment one time. And it's really good. So I'm going to do it this go around. If you happen to have some ranch seasoning, sprinkle in a little bit of that ranch seasoning powder. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to put the lid on this, put it in the fridge, and when I'm ready to serve it, I'm going to crunch up these corn chips and sprinkle in it and stir it up. It's time to serve the corn salad. I crunched up the corn chips and I poured about 3/4 of the bag in. Braden, what do you think? Do you think we need the whole bag?
No.
Okay. And then we just stir it up and it's ready, y'all. And it smells so good. And there's the Frito corn salad. I have my washed sweet taters here. I'm just going to stab holes all around. Wash your hands. Don't poke them. If you have a lid that fits your bowl, you can go ahead and use that when you put it in the microwave. Just don't clamp it down all the way so it can vent. But what I like to do, especially with the bowls that have this little pour spout, I just put a plate that's microwave safe on top and it vents it like that. So I'm going to put this in the microwave for about 10 minutes. I think they'll be soft enough after 10 minutes. If not, I'll just keep adding time until everything's soft. Alrighty, they cook for about 15 minutes. And they're very tender. And to get the skin off, I'm just going to run a knife. Ooh, still a little hot. Piece out. So much easier this way. If you blanch these in ice cold water, it really helps. It's just I used all of my ice and I don't have any at the moment, so this is fine. It's still easier. All right, y'all, I have my sweet taters all peeled. Took me about 5 minutes because they were really hot still and I was impatient like usual. You're gonna need a whole stick of melted butter, half a cup of milk, half a cup of sugar, and y'all, I'm eyeballing it. A pinch of salt, a dash of vanilla, 2 eggs. And then I'm just going to take all this and mash it together with a good old tater masher. Get you a nice little casserole dish. I'm going to pour this sweet tater mixture in here. Oh, she's beautiful. I'm going to set this aside now, and we are going to make the topping. I have a half a stick of melted butter here, and I have a half a cup of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of brown sugar. Give this a good little stir. Now add your 3 ounces of chocolate crumbs. And I am going to actually use my hands for this because it's kind of moist from the butter. It's really hard to kind of spread because it's so thick. And I'm just going to crumble this on top. The sweet potato casserole is ready to go into the oven. I'm baking it on 375 for about 25 to 30 minutes. For the first no-bake dessert recipe, we're going to be making Oreo fluff. This is one of our favorites. It's so delicious. You're going to need 1.5 cups of milk, not shown here. You need 16 ounces of whipped topping, 8 ounces of cream cheese, and we're going to set both of these out, let these thaw, let this soften. 3.4 ounce of instant vanilla pudding, and Oreos, or in my case, generic Oreos. I'm going to pour the vanilla instant pudding in the mixer, along with 1.5 cups of milk. Okay, let's mix her up. Now I'm going to drop in 8 ounces of the softened cream cheese. In the Cool Whip, I'm going to start with 1 8-ounce package and then add the other one after I get this mixed together. I pulverized them. Actually, I didn't do it as good as I thought I did. That's strange. Okay, so I'm going to put 2/3 of the Oreos into this little creamy mixture we got going on. And we're going to save the rest for the top. Let's fold these in. Put it in whatever dish you're wanting to serve it in. And top it with the leftover Oreos. For the next no-bake Thanksgiving dessert, we're going to be making no-bake banana split delight. You're going to be needing some graham crackers or graham cracker crumbs. My Walmart was sold out of the crumbs, so I have to crumb my own crackers. You're going to need 8 ounces of softened cream cheese, 1 stick of butter, 16 ounces of whipped topping, a 1/2 cup of powdered sugar, some bananas, a little bit of vanilla, crushed pineapple, and maraschino cherries for pretty. And some Hershey syrup, chocolate syrup, whatever you have for topping. The first thing we're going to do is melt the butter. The next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and throw these into the blender so I can have some crumbs. I'll be right back. I sprayed my casserole dish here with oil, and I ground up 2 packages of graham crackers. The melted butter. Just gonna stir that all together and then press it to the bottom of the dish. Going to put this in the refrigerator while I prepare everything else. Alrighty, got that in the refrigerator. I got me a bowl. Softened cream cheese, the whole 8 ounces. I'm gonna take 8 ounces of the Cool Whip and dump in there with the cream cheese. Half a cup of powdered sugar. We're gonna mix all this up together now with the little mixer. I have my crust back. I'm just going to dollop that mixture we just made all over this. She's already looking gorgeous, isn't it? Now we're going to take those bananas and just slice them up over top of the little mixture we just made. Now I'm taking the crushed pineapple. It's a 20-ounce can, by the way. I'm going to drain this pineapple for a few minutes before I put it over top of the bananas. Okay, I drained most of the juice out of this. I'm just gonna drop it on top. Now, the other 8 ounces of Cool Whip, I'm gonna put on top here. Now I'm going to take some of the Hershey syrup and just make it kind of pretty if I can. It wouldn't be a banana split without cherries on top. And there it is, banana split delight, no bake. It's beautiful. No bake peanut butter pie is the best dessert anytime, but especially for Thanksgiving. Can't change my mind. You are going to need 16 ounces of whipped topping, 8 ounces softened cream cheese, 1 cup of peanut butter, creamy, but you could use crunchy if you like crunchy, 1 graham cracker crust, and a cup of powdered sugar. This is so easy. The first thing that we're going to do for this no-bake peanut butter pie is drop in the 8 ounces of cream cheese. If I can get it out of the pack. I do notice that when you let it sit and soften, it sticks to the package more. 1 cup of powdered sugar. I'm using 1/3 of a cup. That's why I did 3. 1 cup of peanut butter. I am eyeballing the peanut butter, but usually half of the peanut butter jar is a cup, so I can eyeball it. pretty good. Oh no, I made a mess. It's okay. I'm going to blend this together first before I add the Cool Whip. My Cool Whip is still a little frozen, but that is okay. It's creamy and it's gorgeous. This, sometimes you can split this up into 2 pies if you want to, but the recipe says that this is enough for 1 peanut butter pie. You just pile it on real good so it's real nice and fluffy. But you could definitely split this between 2 if you wanted to. They would just be kind of small. Look how beautiful! No baked peanut butter pie, and this is a winner. If you try any of these recipes, I hope you enjoy them. If you're having a potluck, I hope everybody that tries it enjoys it. And I love you guys. I hope you have a fantastic Thanksgiving. And I will see you later, taters. Remember to be positive, kind, be happy. And I'll see you later, taters. I said that funny this time. Bye, guys.